All right, so today we're shrinking our expectations,
Yeah,
but in a good way, I think.
definitely.
Like you're here listening to this, which means you're probably already at least a little bit interested in tiny homes.
All right.
So you're already thinking outside the box.
Yes, outside the box.
Or maybe inside a much smaller box.
Yes, exactly.
But before we even get to like living tiny, when you hear those words, like what kind of image pops into your head? Like what do you picture?
A little cabin in the woods,
Yeah.
kind of like rustic and
Yeah, rustic like woodsy.
yeah.
Hold on to that image for a second, though,
Okay.
because we're going on a deep dive today
Mhm.
into how tiny homes are evolving.
I'm excited.
And yeah, we might just like break some stereotypes along the way.
Definitely. I think we will.
So, like you said, tiny homes are kind of this intersection of all these big trends.
Absolutely.
Like affordability,
Uh-huh.
sustainability,
Yeah.
minimalism,
Mm-hmm.
simpler living. So we actually have this really cool report that we're looking at today
Okay.
called Tiny Home Design Trends 2025 and Beyond.
Oh, wow. Looking into the future.
Yeah, it gives us kind of a peek into where things are going.
Very cool.
And one of the first things that stood out to me was this shift from like that rustic cabin aesthetic
Mm-hmm.
to something much more modern and minimalist.
I see. Yeah.
What do you think is driving this change?
I think a lot of it has to do with who is interested in tiny homes these days.
Okay.
It's a lot of younger people
Okay.
who are really embracing like minimalism and functionality.
Right.
You know, like clean lines,
Okay.
open floor plans,
Yeah.
a big focus on maximizing natural light.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about kind of creating that feeling of spaciousness,
Okay. Yeah.
even when you're working with a really small footprint.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But practically speaking, how do you make a tiny space livable, like
Mhm.
comfortably livable
That's the question.
for,
Yeah.
more than a couple days? The report actually talks about all these like really innovative space-saving solutions.
Oh, cool. Like what?
So one that I thought was really interesting was
Mm-hmm.
they call it origami furniture.
Origami furniture.
Yeah. Have you heard of this?
I haven't. What is that?
Okay. So imagine like a couch that folds into a dining table
Wow.
or a bed that like disappears into the wall during the day.
Yeah.
So you have more floor space.
That's amazing.
It's like magic.
Yeah, it's like a transformer.
Totally.
I love that.
So resourceful.
Mm.
I had never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But speaking of technology,
Yeah.
the report also talks about smart homes going tiny,
Of course.
which I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like controlling your lights from your phone.
Right.
It's things like sensors that can adjust your heating and cooling based on occupancy,
Okay.
or systems that monitor your energy usage in real time
Wow.
so you can be more sustainable.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think some people might hear all this and be like, oh, that sounds complicated or even intrusive.
I could see that.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
is it really that user-friendly?
That's a good point.
So the report actually highlights that these systems are becoming like super user-friendly
Okay.
with intuitive interfaces and personalized settings.
That makes sense.
It's all about empowering tiny homeowners to have more control over their environment
Yeah.
and their energy consumption.
Right. I like that.
So it's not just about convenience.
Mm-hmm.
It's also playing a key role in making these homes more sustainable.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of sustainability,
Okay.
did you see the part about off-grid tiny homes?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought it was so cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just to kind of explain for anybody who's not familiar,
Yeah.
off-grid means they operate independently from traditional utilities.
Exactly.
So things like solar panels for electricity,
Mhm.
rainwater harvesting systems,
Yeah.
composting toilets, all
Yeah.
of that,
Wow.
really minimizing their environmental impact.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, but I mean, off-grid living sounds appealing and all,
Mm-hmm.
but it must come with its own challenges too.
Oh, definitely.
The report talks about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like needing to really carefully plan and manage your resources.
Right.
Like you need to think about your energy needs,
Mm-hmm.
water usage,
Yeah.
waste disposal.
It's a whole different way of thinking about things.
Yeah, but for a lot of people, it seems like the benefits
Yeah.
outweigh the challenges.
Totally.
You know, things like the self-sufficiency,
Yeah.
lower living costs,
Definitely.
reduced carbon footprint.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, this is cool.
I'm curious about the building materials too.
Oh, okay.
What's trending in the construction of these homes?
There's definitely a shift towards sustainable and even sometimes kind of unconventional materials.
Oh, like what?
So reclaimed wood is becoming super popular.
Yeah,
Bamboo is another big one.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and they offer durability, but also this really unique aesthetic. There are even some really innovative materials out there,
Oh, like what?
like hempcrete.
Hempcrete.
Have you heard of that?
I have it.
So it's this biocomposite
Okay.
made from hemp fibers,
Wow.
and it provides excellent insulation,
Okay.
but also has these really great carbon sequestering properties.
So it's actually helping to fight climate change.
Exactly. It's pretty amazing.
Hempcrete.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Me too.
Okay, so let's look ahead a little bit.
Right.
What does the future hold for tiny homes?
Well, the report talks a lot about modularity.
Okay.
That seems to be a big trend coming up.
Modularity. So like,
Yeah, so imagine like being able to buy prefabricated modules that you can then assemble yourself
oh, okay.
or expand or
Yeah.
modify as your needs change.
So like if you want to add a home office,
Exactly.
you just attach another module.
Yeah, or guest room.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's all about flexibility and adaptability.
So you can tailor your tiny home to your lifestyle.
Right.
Even as it changes.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
It is.
And this modularity also extends to like mobility.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tiny homes on wheels
Oh, yeah.
that you can take wherever you go.
Yeah.
That's a really exciting development, I think.
Yeah, like imagine traveling the country,
Mm-hmm.
experiencing different landscapes,
Yeah,
all while having the comfort of your own tiny home.
that would be the life.
Okay. That's the image I want to hold on to.
Right.
But with so much emphasis on like individuality,
Yeah.
what about the sense of community?
It's a good question, and the report actually addresses that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they talk about tiny home communities,
Okay.
which are becoming super popular.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, and they offer shared amenities,
Okay.
green spaces,
Mm-hmm.
and just this really strong sense of connection.
Yeah.
So it's not just about living small, it's
Right.
about living intentionally
Okay.
and creating a more sustainable and supportive lifestyle.
That's really cool.
I think so.
So if you had to sum it up, what's the most surprising or exciting thing you took away from this report?
You know, I think for me, it's that convergence of design,
Mhm.
technology,
Yeah.
and sustainability.
Okay.
It's really cool to see how tiny homes are becoming these incredible microcosms of innovation.
Yeah.
You know, they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in a small space.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It really makes you rethink what home means.
Absolutely.
So for everyone listening,
Yeah.
what stood out to you?
Mm.
What sparked your imagination?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the design solutions,
Mhm.
the technology, the sense of community.
Mm.
Whatever it is, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to think bigger,
Yeah.
even as you consider going tiny.
Totally.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, this was fun.